All right, so we just picked our first ear of corn to try out, see if it's close to being ready. It's maybe a week short of being ready, maybe a week and a half. This is supposed to be a bicolor corn, and you can see if you look at it, the yellows are kind of pale and the whites are definitely not bright white yet. But we gave it a taste, and it's definitely a good sweet corn. Almost ready to be eaten. Has a little bit of a unripe aftertaste, but it definitely tastes like pretty good corn. But because it's unripe, we're gonna give it to the chickens. We're breaking it in half. See what they think. I think they like it. Better be careful for my fingers. Hey, that was my finger. Be careful. They'll start fighting over it, so we'll just throw it on the ground over there and break this one up a little further. Well, maybe not. There you go, Raven. Have at it. They enjoy corn, as you can see. Well, let's take you down to the corn patch and show you what it looks like.
This is our corn patch. As you can see, it is, I don't even know the depth or the width.
It's 20 feet wide by about 15 feet deep.
Okay, 20 by 15. And it is our super sweet corn.
That's right, a super sweet hybrid.
Super sweet hybrid. And we're at different stages. So you can see this is a smaller ear of corn with yellow tassels on the top. Those are called tassels, right?
Correct.
Oh. Okay, and then over here, you can see these have the brown tassels, and I assume that is where you picked the corn from earlier.
I did. I picked it from right there.
Oh yeah.
You can see the spot where I grabbed it.
Yep.
So that was one we tried. These were one of the first ones to tassel out at the top, and the silks, of course, were then pollinated. One of the things that we wanted to look at was the good pollination. You know, you want to see that your ear has a bunch of corn kernels on it.
Ooh, when it forms. Yes.
Right. And so if you have bad pollination, what happens is these will not drop enough pollen onto these, because every one of these ties back.
You can still see it on it.
Yeah, and what it is every one of those silks ties back to a kernel.
Oh.
So if the pollen doesn't fall and land on the silk, it doesn't get fertilized, and you don't get a corn kernel. So that's why if you sometimes have seen corn that has very spotty kernels on the cob, that's what happened. You had a bad pollination day, which is usually caused by excessive rain when they're tasseling out.
Oh, and we have had rain.
Right, and we've had a lot of rain, so I was concerned about that.
But from the sample you just had, it looks like it's doing pretty good, but we just need to wait about 2 more weeks.
Yeah, probably a week and a half, 2 weeks. And if you stand in front of that, Diane, everybody can see that she is 5'7" approximately.
5'6.5".
That's right, 5'6.5". And you can see the stalk is still well above her head. So those are easily 7-foot tall stalks. So these grew pretty well. Some of them have 2 ears, like this one, if you can make that out, but there's one there and one there. While the rest have 1. So like this one here, this is a nice looking ear of corn. It's gonna be ready soon. That's kind of like the one that we just picked, is only got 1. But as you can see going through here, there's corn everywhere. And I know we've mentioned this before, but growing corn and squash together is a terrific idea because the squash does not need all of the light that comes from inside the cornfield, and the corn doesn't care about using the space at the bottom where the squash grows. So this has worked terrific, and as you can see, we have some more of these acorns here. These are Thelma Sanders sweet potato acorn squash. We have lots of them, and they grew right through the corn patch. And once we harvest all the corn, we'll be able to harvest all of the squash underneath it. Well, that's our update for the day. We're gonna sign off from here, from the cornfield, or from the corn patch. I guess we don't have a full field, but from the corn patch out in front of the house here. We hope everyone has a good day. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like the video, click the little bell if you subscribe to the channel,
Ding, ding.
and you'll get a notification anytime we put up new videos. Have a good one.